Thank you for joining me on the Miseducation of Everything Black. I am Chase the Truth, and I'm back with another moment of truth. Let's have a moment of truth for Breonna Taylor. The verdict for Breonna Taylor came out yesterday, and it wasn't surprising. It wasn't surprising at all. I initially wanted to blame white supremacy, and that is partially to blame, of course, because we all know the laws in the Constitution and in the states were not written for us nor apply to us. Coonery, in this instance, is to blame. In the last moment of truth, I spoke about Kundis Owens, Kanye West, Stacey Koon Dash, Joel Coon Patrick, and Kimberly Coonsick. Well, the list keeps on growing because now we can add Daniel Coonrun. Many of us knew that this was going to be the result because this is always the result. Black people do not get justice in this country, and black people have never gotten justice in this country. We're still waiting for Special Order Number 15 to be executed. Where is our 40 acres to mule? 400,000 acres from South Carolina down to parts of Florida were granted to free slaves after the Civil War, and we haven't seen a blade of grass of that land. Why be a part of the system when the system is designed to keep you oppressed? Botham Jean was eating ice cream, minding his own business, and was shot dead by a person of no color wearing a badge. What's worse is now Amber Geiger is filing for an appeal, and she actually may get it because of the coonery displayed by the judge who decided to hug a defendant in court after she had murdered someone. When was the last time you seen a judge hug a black person in court after they murdered someone? I'll wait. Answer is not never. And see, she may win her appeal because she can use those sad eyes to say, well, the judge forgave me, can't you? And like I said, she'll probably win. Breonna Taylor was shot to death in her sleep in her own apartment. There was a warrant for her ex-boyfriend that they already had in custody. And so they executed a no-knock warrant, which are search warrants that authorize police officers to enter your home without announcing their presence. These warrants are issued by judges that agree that announcing the law enforcement's presence may allow suspects to destroy potential evidence or endanger police safety. By the way, there was no evidence there. Because once again, she and the ex-boyfriend had already broken up. So it's mind-boggling to me that they come up with this BS. Because they murdered this girl. They murdered this girl and they're getting away with it. The boyfriend said, the current boyfriend that is, said that they didn't even announce that they were police. And the neighbors who testified also said that they didn't even know that they were police. The boyfriend, the current boyfriend of course, was legally licensed to carry and was protecting his home from what he thought was a home invasion. He even dialed 911 because once again, he thought it was an intruder. You know who else was protecting their home? The McCloskeys. And by the way, the McCloskeys are now getting their charges dismissed with the help of the Missouri Attorney General. While Breonna Taylor is lying in a grave, gets absolutely no justice because trained police officers feared for their life executing a no-knock warrant. Daniel Coonrun is a coward. He's a coon who's best friends with two white supremacists. See, Daniel Coonrun decided that he didn't want to do what's right. So he let a grand jury decide so that way he could wash his hands and protect his own political career. The racist in chief has already stated that Daniel Coonrun may be on a short list of potential nominees for the Supreme Court if he should steal another election and win a second term. For shits and giggles, I looked up Daniel Coonrun's wife because we all know the trend with coons. We know the trend. As a reminder, coons are predictable in their behavior, and lo and behold, look at this man's wife. Married to a person of no color. Coons don't identify with being black because they succumb to the wants and wills of their masters, which are people of no color. So naturally, Daniel Coonrun doesn't care about Breonna. And Daniel Coonrun feels that this is okay because when he rolls over to kiss those tiny soft lips, he'll be able to sleep well at night knowing that police won't ever mistakenly break into his home and start shooting. Breonna Taylor was murdered, and the white supremacists and coons are working overtime to cover it up. Why do you think it took so long to get to this point? That's why they started boarding up windows in Louisville prior to the grand jury even taking place, because they knew that this was going to happen. Daniel Coonron knew he wasn't bringing any charges to the police officers that murdered Breonna Taylor. That's why they waited until after the Kentucky Derby to announce the results. They knew this was going to happen, and they wanted to ensure the festivities for people of no color wouldn't be ruined by the protests for the murdering of an innocent black woman. She had no criminal record, which I'm sure Candace Owens and company are working overtime to find something on her, but she did nothing wrong except she dated the wrong person. That's her crime. But they killed her, and she's not getting any justice whatsoever. But like I said, it's predictable. So apparently 2 cops were shot actually yesterday during protests that occurred after the decision. And I didn't even flinch when I heard that. Because what did you think that was going to happen? What did you think that was going to happen when an innocent girl is sleeping in her own house and is shot to death by police? Botham Jean already took place. He was shot to death in his own home while eating a bowl of ice cream. Black people are sick and tired of the bullshit you're coming up with by breaking into our legally owned homes and now shooting us to death. Enough is absolutely fucking enough. Here's the thing. This shit has been going on for decades, and the only difference is the internet and social media allows us to get information faster and quicker, because let me tell you, if internet was around in the 60s and the 70s the way it is now, cities would have been burned down to the ground a long time ago. I know I stated this before, but until we get reparations, until we get what is owed to us, until we get justice, this is going to keep happening, and you know what? They have my blessing. I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with burning every last damn brick, every last damn pebble to the ground. I am literally sick to my stomach and disgusted with our justice system. Excuse me, it's not our justice system. I'm sick to my stomach with the justice system that the coons and the white supremacists hide behind. Burn the shit to the ground. Burn the Constitution. Let's start over. And we can begin to start over by giving us our damn 40 acres and a mule that was promised us with interest. Until that happens, absolutely no justice, no peace. Bring them to their knees and make them understand that this is no longer acceptable. We will not be treated like this. And mark my words, justice is what we want right now. But pretty soon, justice is going to turn into vengeance. And it's going to rear its ugly head, and it's going to be completely unavoidable. However, right now, currently, it's avoidable. It's avoidable, and that's what's so frustrating. All of this could have been avoided by doing the right thing, by charging the officers with the death of Breonna Taylor. So here's a moment of truth. Wearing a badge shouldn't absolve you from justice. And finally, and most importantly, stop voting for coons, because coons are just white supremacists in sheep clothing. Don't be fooled. Thank you for joining me once again here on the Miseducation of Everything Black. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to be notified when I put out future videos. I am Chase the Truth, and this has been a moment of truth here on the Miseducation of Everything Black.